Greetings, y'all. It's Matt from the Green Arcade. I'm back, and we're back. Back in Gage, Kentucky. It's harvest time. We're gonna get into harvest here. Gonna make a little money here first, and then we'll get into the harvest part of it. So let's get to it. Load in. These 4X maps, or any map bigger than that, it always is. It's kind of framey there at the beginning. Morning, Fuzzy. How's it going? But we do own the really nice house now. This I feel like I need to go schedule a round of golf, and yeah, we own the really nice house now. Oh boy, let me tab around and see where we need to be. We got a lot of stuff going on this map. Been working on bales, wrapping bales, making bales, merging grass. We're gonna sell some bales. Looking for the trucks. There they are. So this is where we're gonna start at today. Right here at the farmer's market. Good morning, Twitchy. How's it going? I'm ready for spring. Have I said that yet? I'm so ready for. I'm done. I'm over winter. I really am. It's currently 12 degrees. It's gonna be. I think it actually got colder than that. I think it's supposed to be in the single digits tonight. Fuzzy, it's strange. So, we got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of snow. We got a lot of sleet. I think we got a little bit of freezing rain, and it wasn't enough to knock out the power. There were some moments there where I thought, man, it's fixing to go down. It's fixing to happen. But what happened was, I think it was a mix first. It snowed and sleeted, like all together. And then we might have got a little freezing rain, because what happened was, once it accumulated on the ground, we got a lot. I mean, we got like, I think it was somewhere close to 8 inches maybe. And it mixed together. And then either it thawed or melted a little bit and then refroze, or freezing rain fell on it and then it froze, because it turned into solid ice. So everywhere there was where it looked like snow, it wasn't really snow. It had turned into solid ice. But there must not have been a lot of freezing rain, because typically the sleet does not stick to the power lines and the trees and stuff. So we didn't have any like limbs weighed down. You know, we didn't have what they had in Oxford, Mississippi, or Tennessee, or any place like that. We didn't have that. So it got bad over there. They got solid freezing rain over there. Just straight, accumulative freezing rain over there, and you can watch videos on YouTube. I mean, the trees, they're way down, and then they snap in half. You got trees exploding. You've got power lines catching on fire and breaking power poles, and yeah, it's crazy. It was crazy. Hey, how you doing? Wonder where is she married? She's single? I don't know. I feel like she's smart, okay? I feel like I need to get her number. She might be a ghost. She just walked through my truck back there. Never mind. Yeah, the roads are still, they're a little better, but it's still like not good. It has not weird. I think it's because the temperatures have not gotten out of the teens. so it hasn't really melted a lot. I'm hoping it will this coming week, though. This coming week, we're supposed to get up to like 60 degrees. A stark difference from, the lows being in the single digits. It got down to 3 degrees one night. That's too cold for anybody. But yeah, we're supposed to be around 60 degrees, I think, midweek. Midweek towards the end of the week, I think. So there's a guy. Where'd the ghost girl go? There she is. Hey, how you doing? You look smart. You got glasses on and everything? You like pizza? We should get a pizza later. Alright. Well, see you later. Alright, we're gonna start up here. I've got peas and green beans to sell, so let's sell those first. Rank this up. I'll start with the peas. Start making us a little bit of money here. Alright, then I'll shut that off. I may come back for these trucks. We might need these trucks. And then I got the green beans. Sell those. Okay, shut that off. Now I'm just going to tab back around. I've got everything pretty much set up for the harvest. I've got the trucks kind of set up. And again, I may have to go back for those other ones. I will need to get the cotton picker going too. Once we get over into October here. I've got trucks loaded of potatoes. This thing filled up and I didn't feel like building another one quite yet. So, yeah, we got a lot of potatoes. Alright, this is where we're going to start. So Fuzzy, the John Deere's down here if you want to drive it. We're going to load up all of the silage bales. So everything in the bale shed back here, and then we've got the one bale shed up north. We'll take all of these bales and sell them. Where are we going? Let's go down to silage and see. Be cool if I could say like, hey farm sim, what's the current price for silage? Wouldn't that be great? It'd be like okay Google or the Siri thing. You could just talk to your farm sim. That would be cool. Okay, where are we going? 224. That's at the farmer's market, and then 222 at the bale place. So I guess we're taking these to the farmer's market. So it's kind of an in between. All right, let me crank up this tractor, and we will rock and roll. I got rid of the gates right here. This fence had a gate here and on the other side. They just kept getting in the way. Kept getting stuck on them, and I got rid of the gates. Left the fence though. That's to be determined whether it stays or goes, but I don't know. I kind of like the fence. You'd think it would keep the deer out of there, but it doesn't. Trying to think as far as new equipment. I got us a grass roller. I got us a dedicated turf 8R. So I've got that hooked up to the merger. Be probably mowing with that one. Where we don't use the MacDon. Yee. And I built us a shortcut down here, Fuzzy. Check it out. I built a bakery. If you didn't see the YouTube video, built a bakery, built a new silo system. Still need to do a little bit of gravel work down here. But there's a little shortcut we can take through here to get to the farmer's market now. Sell the silage. Okay. There's just some moolah. I might have to move these trucks. Yep, I'm gonna have to move these trucks. Let me move these trucks real quick. Come on, truck. Oh. Right during the save. Alright. Grab the tractor. So yeah, we got I think the majority of the bales are down here. We've got a few bales up north. Maybe a couple of loads each with it, so. I figured out a trick to ejecting these bales out of these bale sheds too, without having to cut the silage bales open. So I'm gonna let you go in front of me, Fuzzy, and I'm gonna pull over here. So hang on before you pull in, Fuzzy. I'm gonna do this real quick, and we'll pick those bales up in a minute. So it shows that we've still got quite a few bales in here. Here's how you do it. You got to be facing towards the bale shed, because if you face to where they spawn, you'll end up cutting the bales open, and you don't really want to do that. So it doesn't matter, but I mean it's still kind of a thing. So eject them once, okay? So that'll spawn those, okay? You got to face back into the bale shed, and then I cut into it just like that. Okay, eject them again, so there should be more coming out. Yep. All right. And then do it again. Then some more should spawn out. And then when it gives you that message, no more can be done. I think that should be about it. Nope, they're still coming. Hang on. Let's try it again. Yeah, there's no more room now. Alright, so you can go ahead and load those up, Fuzzy. I'll be right behind you. If I can get my thing working. Here we go. Okay, I'll go ahead and put out some more here. Looks like it's still going to cut that bottom one there. There might not be a way around that. Okay. Go through the yard over here. Built a nice big shed over here. Park all of our grass, hay, silage equipment in. And then we got a ton of stuff to harvest. We've got, when October clicks over, it seems like April and October. April is the month for putting the seed in the ground. It's the time for planting. And then October is like the full harvest month. So we've got soybeans to harvest, we've got corn to cut, we've got cotton to pick, we've got sunflower to cut. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else. There's a lot out there. So gonna try to make some money back here and buy some fields. There's a couple of areas that I'm looking at that we can that we should probably buy before we move on into harvest season. Have I had my Dr. Pepper yet? Yep, already cracked it open at the beginning of the stream. It's sitting right here beside me. You never can keep those bag ones on there. There's almost not enough room to turn around right here either. Need to throw some fuel in this tractor when I head up north. Yep, got my Dr. Pepper, got an orange soda on standby. I've got my Rice Krispie treat, I've got my handy snack, I've got my nut bar, I've got my popcorn over here. I've got some honey barbecue sun chips on standby. That's about it. I think I've got more in there that I could bring in here, but I've got some other popcorn. I've got some of the... I never can remember the name of the brand of the popcorn. Popcorn that I have in here right now is like the Smart Food popcorn, so it's like the white cheddar. But the other one, what's the name of the other one? I can't remember the name of the other one. It's the one that Jennifer Aniston's always advertising now. Can't remember the name of it. Anyway, there's... comes in the plain, the... and plain white cheddar, and it comes in the kettle cooked popcorn. Load them up. There any more in there? Yep, there's more. I think there's a lot more in here. I think there's quite a bit more in here. Yeah, we've got several loads still in here. I think each one of these bale sheds holds over 1,000 bales, which, you know, that would be essential for a 4X map if you want to do bales. Now that the bale sheds, I guess, are fixed, that's a nice feature because it takes away the need to load those, kind of like the stumps. You want to make sure you get rid of your stumps because it just bogs a save, it bogs a map down. And when you have a 4X map, if you're going to have a lot of bales, you need those bale sheds. And you can eject a few at a time. Now, I've got a few bales sitting on the ground up north, but not a lot to break the map. Just to completely, like, freeze it up, you know. I don't know what the new number is. I know when we did the 100,000 bale challenge back in 22, the magic number, if I remember right, was 2,500 bales. That's when the map started to fail. And I would have to go back and retrieve a previous game save, and that seemed to be the magic number. You definitely didn't want to go over 3,000, but somewhere between 2,500 and 3,000 seemed to where we'd start having issues with the map. But if these bale sheds work like that, then it takes away the is it called something static something or other, where it has to load and render them? Basically, it just puts them in as a number. Kind of like just green, you know? Get rid of these parking spots back here. Get rid of the little, what do you call those? The parking bumps. Where you park in the spot and it's got the little bump there so you don't go any further. Need to get rid of those. Nobody's gonna be parking back there. Nobody should be parking back there anyway. That's an unload zone. The white zone is for loading and unloading only. I haven't even looked at my camera outside. I missed my turn here either. Yeah, it melted a little bit yesterday, or maybe the day before, but it's not enough to completely get rid of it. For 3 or 4 days, though, I had to use my 4-wheel drive to get out of my driveway. It was exciting. Full? Yep, I'm full. Go ahead and spawn some more here. Or could open a bale. One disadvantage of having the button so close to where they spawn. Cuts the bale open. Though it should still be silage. Should not be a problem. Yeah. Still silage. 6,000 liters. Basically, you just cut it open when you do that. We're doing pretty good. We're up to over 500,000. Make sure we pay back on that loan, and then got the couple of fields I want to buy. Whoa, don't hit the fence. That might be a section I need to get rid of. Maybe just right up here where the driveway's at, but keep the fence like out here on the road and around the backside of the bale shed. Just get rid of it where it's in the way. And if you didn't see the YouTube video, this whole area over here, that's where we will have our hay, silage operations, basically. It's all grass. And I'm going to put the cows in back there. I cleared the trees out behind the sheds there. That's where we're going to put our new cows at. I always liked the Rivers of America down at Disney World. They would you had the Liberty Bell, which was the big steamboat. You would ride the Liberty Bell, and they would honk their horn, like the shave and the haircut, Da, 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 da. And then the reply is shave and a haircut, and the reply is 2 bits. Well, the Liberty Bell would do that. They would do the shave and the haircut, and then you had the train not too far from there. It would reply with the 2 bits. That was always pretty cool to me. And the Liberty Bell is no more. Train is still there, pretty sure. Maybe. They're redoing all of that. They got rid of the Liberty Bell. They got rid of the Rivers of America. They got rid of Tom Sawyer's Island. They got rid of what was it called? Was it Fort Wilderness or Frontierland, where the fort was out there? They got rid of all that. Everything, basically everything over there that was, Tom Sawyer Island, everything, all that's gone. They are building 2 new things. They're building a Cars Land. So it's based on the Pixar movie Cars. I want to say, I'm trying to remember, can't remember the actual name of it. And then they're building a Villain Land. So all your Disney villains will have their own land down there. I would have probably rather kept Liberty Bell and, Tom Sawyer Island and all that, but yeah. Load. Still got some in there. yeah, gonna be strategic about this. The new silo system I built up here by the bakery and the flour mill, I'm just gonna put the 4 basic things for flour. So wheat, barley, oats, and sorghum. That's what will go in that silo system. I've got wheat elsewhere right now. I've got to move a lot of it, but that's what's going to be the plan. That way we'll have a full silo system here to support the flour mill, and then we'll have the flour to take to the bakery there. Make some bread. And eventually cakes. Need to buy the chickens back to make some eggs, and get our cows to have the milk and all of that stuff. Then all the fields around here, put barley in that one, and then in the future I'll probably plant oats and sorghum over here towards this direction. Kind of wondering how much mail I'm going to have all at one time. They suspended our mail service because of the weather. They have not resumed it yet, so... Storage is empty. Oh, we got all the bales out of here. Alright. So the next place we'll go will be up north. To the other bale shed up there. Freeze up this shed. We can put... Oh, you're kidding me. We've got one bale left here. Wonder if I can, let's see. I'm gonna try to do something. I don't know if this is gonna work. Probably not. I'll just have to be very careful. And it doesn't hurt to have, I guess, one bale left over, but can I do that? Can I set it like that? If it works. If it fits, it ships, right? It'll hold in there. Inside the other bale. They're ghost bales. Ooh. I could make these unrealistic and then, but man, to do an unrealistic load on these, when you do it, when you turn it on, it's like double the capacity or something on here. They go really tall. I would not be able to fit under the power lines if I did that. So I just like to keep it. We've already got the auto load, which is not realistic at all, but you got to draw the line somewhere, and doing the unrealistic, you know, man. Gosh. It looked like the... Have you ever seen the windmills go down the road when they're transporting them? It wouldn't be long, but it would be, like, super tall. Well, it's almost like when they did the space shuttles. I don't know if you guys ever saw them transporting the space shuttles down to the... or, you know, all around the country, really. So, like, the different museums and stuff. They had to take down traffic lights. They had to take down, you know, power lines. All kinds of stuff to get those down the roads. Kind of bounced up, didn't they? Ah, I knew that would happen. I gotta take the strap off this one, though. Yep. Ease back around and do a loop here and knock those in there. Closing in on 1 million. Oh, you got them fuzzy? Okay. Cool beans. Alright, let's hit up north and grab these and then sell those, and then we should be ready to get into harvest. I'll buy those fields before we move on to the next month. Put in a little gravel right here to get out of this way. Merge that grass. Got a lot of grass that I need to mow. I've mowed. I've got one more field up here to mow, and then what I'm going to do is after this mowing, after we get done with harvest and we mow this grass up here one last time, probably going to plow these areas up and turn them into fields. So I've already merged that. Just got to build that field. But I've got a lot of big fields like that up here to do one last grass cutting on. Make us some silage bales. And then they'll be repurposed for different things. Probably going to do... You know, I've got the other dryer up here, so maybe rotate the crops a little bit. Do like soybeans one time and then the corn another time. And then obviously we'll do cotton over here. Got all that kind of plowed together now. Get some fuel while I'm thinking about it. Okay. A backup beeper. I do that all the time at work. I'll make that backup sound. You know, the beeper. All the ambulances do that. And I'll really get the nurses' heart rates going when I do that. I think that's all I can do. I'll spawn some more here for Fuzzy here. Well. I don't think there's any way to get around not cutting one open. I think that's all I can do. Probably end up selling those bees and probably that shed right there. Yeah, I got busy on it this week. Got busy on it. I kind of had a sigh of relief come Monday. And I was like, well, the bad part's over with. And, you know, we didn't have the worst case scenario. So, very, very thankful. And I feel blessed that we didn't lose power. Because, you know, there's people that did get hit with the bad part. It got close. It got close. Very, very close to being bad. There's people that they're still without power. There's people that they've been told that they wouldn't have power for another maybe week or so. Some of them were supposed to, I think, supposed to be getting it back today. Always those back four that fall off. I wasn't even moving. I was sitting still. And then I went to take off. And we can knock them in there on the way back. I'm gonna take the road less traveled. Still gotta clear these trees out. Just these trees that come out like that. Gonna build some stuff through here. A lot of production stuff. Potato chip factory, the canning factory, the soup factory. And I haven't decided about the oil mill yet. Where I'm gonna put that. I may put that maybe somewhere up north there somewhere. Somewhere closer maybe to that northwestern farm over there somewhere. I guess I'll probably end up moving the pigs too at some point. a few bales left in there. Uh-oh. I can't move. Did we break it? We might have broke it. Save! Save the game. We might have broke it. I don't know. I can't move. See if Fuzzy's still moving. Yeah, I can't move at all. I can't turn my camera. I can click on that thing. But I cannot move. I can't turn my camera. Are you still moving, Fuzzy? He's still driving. Keep driving. Don't get out of your tractor. Keep going. Wonder if I can tab to my tractor. Okay, now I can move. That was weird. For some reason it froze up there. Yeah, that's what I tried. Yeah, I was like, I wonder if I can tab. I couldn't move. I couldn't turn my camera and I couldn't move, so it might have just been because of the I was trying to spawn all the bales out there. Wasn't enough room for them all to go, I guess, or something. But yeah, gonna have another round of these silage bales for this winter. Probably sell them maybe around December or something. But we should be able to pay a good chunk of that loan back. At least have enough to buy those fields I want to buy. Wonder if I can pull forward far enough. Get those last 4 bales in the square. I'm left with those in the front. Yeah, that works better. Because those are stacked facing like this way, long ways. They're parallel with the tractor, not perpendicular like the back ones. That might be the new way to do it. That's a lot of words, Twitchy. Hang on, let me... Oh, in 1962, on 10/12, there was a windstorm that old major... They did major damage to Willamette Valley. Where's that at? Heavy tree damage and power loss. We were without power for 3 weeks. We were lucky to be on the priority list because my youngest brother was under 1 year old. Oh wow, yeah. Sounds like you were very lucky. I thought you were gonna say your brother was a lineman, and then I was gonna break into song. What is it? Wichita lineman. I am a lineman for the county. Old 70s song. You probably know that song, Twitchy. Wichita lineman. Who is it? Glenn Frey, I want to say, sung that song. Very, very 70s song. If I ever have a 70s playlist, I need to make a 70s playlist. Put all the 70s pop and disco songs in it. I've got a pretty good classic rock playlist going now, but I need a 70s pop. Put some kung fu fighting in there, some KC and the Sunshine Band, and the Bee Gees, and what was the lady's name that sung "I Will Survive"? Was it Donna Summers? Can't remember. You got the last of the bales? Alright, cool beans. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to end up selling this bale shed because I'm going to put all the bales down south where we have the new area down there. I'll probably build some more bale sheds. Probably not where we've got the current one, but definitely build some more down there so they're closer. Alright, and then I may sell the pigs and rebuild them too. Just completely redo this area. I've already done a little work to it, but alright, let me dump this trailer here. Here we go. Probably end up again selling the bees in that shed. I'll keep the little house over here. It'll be our little house on the prairie. Our little trailer on the prairie. Was it Glenn Campbell that sung that song? The Wichita lineman? Who's Glenn Frey then? Is that somebody? Is he the one that sung You Belong to the City? I think I'm getting my Glens mixed up. How big is this map? This is a 4x map. Gagefield.com. There's two versions of the map. There's this version, which is the standard version. Then there's a new row crop system plus Thunder's precision farming, custom precision farming version. Got a little field to bale up right there. We'll get to those. Fantastic map. It's great. I love it. It's got that vibe. Anytime it's based on a real location, and you know you got a map creator that keeps a lot of the detail intact with as it is in real life. They spend a lot of time on it. I mean, it's a fantastic map. Got some sorghum up here. Got some clover bales wrapped up here. Clover there, and then clover on the other side. Got grass bales on the right. Clover over there. I'm gonna have to go through carefully and make sure that we get all the sunflower fields, because there's a lot of small fields like that are in sunflowers that we need to come and cut. So they're out there. They're out there, like out in the middle of the map. And then there's a big one up here that I'm getting ready to buy. Take this up here and hook it up to the grain cart. Got a lot of wheat over here. There's a wheat and barley field that they planted down there. Probably going to look at getting that in the next year. Alright. Locked and loaded. I'm going to shut that off right there. I'm going to go and buy these fields. So the fields I'm looking at, this big sunflower field right up here, that's the one I'm kind of eyeballing. It's kind of expensive, but you get quite a bit of land with it. That one's worth $528,000. So we'll buy that. And then I kind of want to buy this grass field here too. That one's only $200,000, but it's a huge grass field. We'll do a cutting on that, make some silage bales, and then haul those down. All right, I'm gonna stop right there. So we won't be able to pay back a ton of that loan, but we can pay back a little bit. I can get us down to something. I don't know, what can I get us down to? How much do we have out? We have 1.5, looks like. 1.545. I'll get us down to 1.25. And then we'll go from there. All right, 1.25. All right. Are we ready to rock and roll? I need to find somewhere I can lay my head. What? Cows are staring at me. I think I can lay my head right in here. Yep. So let's go to, we'll just go ahead and go to 8. I heard the rain. Big Banana, thanks for the follow. I can see that stuff now. I don't know how to get it. I don't know how do I get it to stay there though? Oh, there we go. So I can kind of see both. All right. Figuring out this whole new window thing is different. We're just gonna tab over there to something. I don't know what I'm tabbing to, but yeah, here we go. Get this combine going. I'm just gonna hire the combines out, and then I'll let you decide which one you want to run. If you want to run the Magnum, you can, Fuzzy, or if you want to run the deer. I've got the other deer combine ready to go over there. I'm gonna cut into this and hire this out. Should be enough. Let's hire this out. Gotta load the field. Here we go. So one in row, one headland. Start with it and hire that out. Should be good to go from there. Yep. Alright. We'll get the other combine going. I'm probably going to have to run this one manually to start, but I'm going to come back and hire it out. It's not the beast like we've got, but it's still good. It's still an oldie but goodie. And what I'm going to do, you can't set that to 0. You can only do 1. So that'll give us the ability to keep the longer lines, and I should be able to lock onto it from the outside. Hopefully. Show me the lines. Show me my lines. There they are. It just showed up. Alright, show me my lines. You gotta move around for them to show up, which is weird. Okay, I'm just kind of curious to see if I can make a full pass on this field with this combine. Because I'm starting right up here at the top. This is the longest part of the field right here. From there all the way down through here. Quite a ways to go. Fully fertilized. Farming Sim 22 Addict. Good morning. You got a business proposal for me. Oh boy. I do not sell feet pictures. I have seen where there are some sculptors and artists that are selling invisible sculptures. I have become very proficient in that field, so if you guys want to buy some invisible art, hit me up. I have a feeling I'm not going to make it. Even though this is soybeans and it's a low yield, one of the lower yielding crops, I have a feeling I'm not going to make it all the way to the end. We'll see. I'm at 25% full. Where's the beast at? Has it made it down further this way? Can't see it from here. Oh yeah, there he is. He's over there by that first house. He's over yonder somewhere. Sea of soybeans, yeah, sea of soybeans. I hear somebody behind me. It's Fuzzy. 35%. I might make it. I don't know. I have a feeling I won't, but I probably won't. I might make it. I don't know. You know what? I might make it. I'm at 35% right there. And there's the end of the field there. I might make it to the end, Fuzzy. I might. A lot of beans. Morning, old man. It's a nice negative 20 there. Is that the temperature or is that the wind chill? Negative 20. Anything negative is not nice. That's the exact opposite of positive, old man. Anything negative is not nice. Whether it's the wind chill, whether it's the temperature, whether it's your bank account, anything negative is not nice. Unless you're getting some news from the doctor. If it's negative, that's a good thing. That's the temperature? Oh, man. I think that's the kind of temperature you can go outside and literally spit straight up into the air and it'll fall down as a snow spit. I appreciate the offer there, Farming Sim Addict. Typically we don't. Typically we're part of the Puma Plow community. I know he has a Discord and he has a dedicated server. Make sure you check out twitch.tv/PumaPlow. Typically we don't, but if anybody else in the chat wants to join the Farming Sim 22 Addict, he's got a Discord server and a dedicated server, so you guys check him out. Anybody playing Farm Sim? I'm pretty much, in support of. We got a ton going on here. Oh no, Fuzzy's gone. I think I'll make it though. I'm at 65% now. I think I'm well over the halfway point. I think I am. I don't know. Maybe. How you doing though, old man? You doing good with the recovery? I think I will. $76. Oh man, it looks like a mile away from here. A long pass. This is probably nothing for the beast. I mean, the beast has got to work around all those houses over there, but doing a straight shot like this for that thing has a 20,000 liter capacity on it. You got a cold now? That stinks. We've had a lot of people come in with COVID and the flu and been a bad stomach bug going around. It's actually affected the staffing. Like a lot of people have been out sick. I know our department alone, we had, let me see if I can count them all. We had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. When you think about how we have only 10 to 12 people in the area that I work in and 7 of them are out, that's a lot. That's more than half. Yeah, probably, old man. I'm in there right now. I'm not gonna make it. I'm at 90. Hang on, let me cut a, see if I can cut a parking spot out here. Yep, I got full. Let me back up. There's old man. Let's bring old man in here. Hadn't talked to him in a while. Bring him over here. Gotta see if I remember how to do this. You know what? I gotta remember how to turn that thing back on. Not that button. Hang on. It's that button, and then, oh, that button does something else. Hang on. No, I don't want to install nothing. All the keyboard and mouse and everything has its own thing now. Let's see. That button. Okay, it's that button. And then I gotta give him talk power. Good morning, old man.
Good morning.
How's it going?
It is going. So far, so good. Healing up pretty good.
Good.
I know it's been a while.
Yeah, been a long time.
Yeah, well, you know my situation.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to find a plane ticket to come down there to Kentucky.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Come on, we're ready. DK Donkey's happy to hear you too.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been on here, and I kind of miss it.
We're still here. We're still chug-a-lugging and farming away.
You got a big old field there.
Huge field here. This was mini fields. Of course, you know what we like to do.
Oh yeah. You know what they say? Beans is money.
Mm-hmm. Money and beans.
Good morning, Fuzzy. Yeah, I can't get over the temperature. -20. Oh man.
And that's crazy. I thought our temperatures were bad.
That's the actual temp.
Hmm.
I can't wait for it to get a little bit warmer. I'll take 32 degrees right now over -20.
Yeah. Ours have been below freezing for at least a solid week. And they've been kind of, yo-yoing above freezing, below freezing, above freezing, below freezing. And this week, we're supposed to get, towards the end of the week, we're supposed to get around 60 degrees. I'm ready for it.
Well, now I'm really jealous. It's like my niece, she's out in Arizona. She's like, well, it's like 70 degrees out here. I'm like, oh man.
Den says, good morning, old man.
Good morning, Twitchy. Yeah, this morning I kind of woke up early and went to go make coffee, try to get some hot water. Pipe frozen. Had to run out the Lowe's and everything, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, yeah. Luckily it didn't burst, so I'm good.
So, up there in the north, let me ask you this. Do y'all make your faucets drip too when it's freezing like that?
No, we usually, like in our house, the, like the garage is a lot warmer than the outside.
Mm-hmm.
We just put insulation tubes around them. Or you could put it's like a gutter heater line that you just plug into the electric and it just heats the plumbing up. Or you could open up the cabinets or wherever your water lines are. A lot of people around here, they put those insulation tubes.
Yeah, here in the deep south, we have to let our faucets drip. And I've got 3 of them dripping right now because it's so cold outside. But we have to let our faucets drip, otherwise we will have problems.
Yeah, you don't want to have that kind of a problem.
Mm-mm. Let's check this combine. I let him do more inrows here. Reprogram him. Do 3? Yep, I'm gonna let him do 3.
Now, is this map a 4X or just a 1X?
This is a 4X. 4X, and it's in the style of like the farms of Madison County.
One of my most favorite maps.
Yes. It's based on a real location, so that means, it's going to have that detail.
Yeah. That was the first map I played on when I got my PC was the Farms of Madison County.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. I watched you and John play it, and as soon as I got that computer, that's the first map I downloaded. Had so much fun on that map.
Let's see if he goes straight. Kinda. He's just about got it. That'll work. There's a little bit of overlap there where the beast combine hasn't gone through yet. That'll work. Alright. Yeah, it definitely has that feel to it, especially when you're driving around the other parts of the map that, Tasmanian Devil Matt hasn't touched yet. You want to do this one and I'll do the other one, Fuzzy? On that tractor. There it is. But no, there's a lot of the parts of the map that I'm not gonna really change too much. The only thing I'm changing is basically the fields and where they have like runoffs. So they have like big ditches kind of like fingering out in the middle of them there.
Yeah.
When you look at a field like that one's definitely going to need a ton of work. I did a contract on that one. It was a hoeing contract, I think. And it took forever for the workers, and it would take us forever too, even if it wasn't a hired worker, just to get around all of those runoffs.
Well, it looks like you. What's that? Was it 114? Field 114? Is that all woods or is that a field too?
114 right there. That
Yeah, it's right.
is actually a Angus cow pasture.
Oh, so you can't combine that one.
You can if you want to get rid of the Angus cows out here.
Okay.
All you'd have to do is sell the cow barn up there, and then sell your cows first, and then come in and take the fence out. So you could technically merge these fields together if you wanted to. But Kate lives up here somewhere, and I think she kind of manages these cows. And I don't think you can get rid of them. Like the characters that you talk to, you know?
Yeah, you probably. Well,
I don't know if you can or not.
you might have to buy the farm first.
Probably. Yeah, see, there's Kate. Hi, Kate. I really don't want to get rid of her because, you know, she's smoking, so. But it's a huge cow pasture. Mm-hmm. But yeah, a lot of this originally was trees, and there were individual fields out here, but most of this was trees, ditches, stuff like that. Did a lot of smoothing. I have a soft spot for Kate, yeah. My heart truly goes out to the trailer. You know, the trailer that is at the beginning of the game? The girl that they introduced in 22? That's the future Mrs. Grain arcade right there. Yeah, the fields are affordable too. That's another thing. The fields are highly affordable. Nope, he got fooled. Hey,
Well, I got some other news for you too.
hey, what?
I said I got some other news for you.
What's that?
I gotta go get my Act 235. We're gonna be carrying.
You're what?
We're gonna be carrying guns, Glocks.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Y'all still do the tasers and stuff?
Oh yeah. Still have the tasers, pepper spray, handcuffs, but now they want us to start carrying, and they decided that we're gonna be carrying Glock 17s.
Interesting.
I don't know how that's gonna work with a BHU unit.
Yeah, you'd have to be very, very, very careful. I know when
Well,
we went through, they were like, okay, here's the situation. And this was the first time. I was still a student when we did this. Here's the situation. Watch your back. They said they will not hesitate to hit you over the back of the head, drag you in a room, steal your uniform and your badge, and walk out as you. There was another student there. I looked at the other student and I was like, where are we? When I was walking down through there with the machine, I was like looking left and right so fast. I was like, you could hear my head whipping, looking, making sure that nobody was walking up behind me or, anything like that.
yeah. Well, you've done it as long as I have. You gotta always have a sense that there's somebody behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you guys go through all that training too, right? That well, it's called evade for us, but I don't know what it's like defensive training.
Yeah, ours is called something else. What was it called? Started with a V. Maybe violent something. I don't know, but basically, yeah, they taught us how to defend ourselves, and a lot of them were like, "Look, I ain't doing anything. If anybody tries to do anything to me, I'm gonna hit them where the sun don't shine." And I'm thinking, "Woo,
Yeah.
you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess sometimes."
Yeah.
We both work in healthcare. Yeah, we both work in a hospital.
Yeah, but my job's just a little bit different than Matt's.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We both shoot, technically.
Well, I ain't gonna be trying to shoot.
No, no,
No,
don't wanna have to.
that's too much paperwork.
Yeah. Morning, Nestor. How's it going?
I did get to see. They took an X-ray of me. The I guess it would be the morning after my surgery.
Uh huh.
So I did get to see what they put in me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Nestor said, "Is that old man's voice?"
Yeah, that is. I know it's been a while. What since what September, Matt?
Yeah, I'd say at least September, maybe even before that.
Maybe the end of August.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah. I don't know.
So did you see a lot of like rods or screws or
I
cement?
have. I didn't. I see. I saw the rods, but I know I have 4 screws, 2 rods, and 2 spacers. And what
Gotcha.
happened actually was that my L5 uh, collapsed,
Oh yeah.
and when they were actually in there, I had a couple actual fractures in my spine. So
Mm-mm.
yeah, they said I'd probably be out a good 8 to 10 weeks, maybe a little bit longer because of what I do. I mean, if anybody doesn't know, I work as security in the hospital. That's why I said my job is a little different than Matt's.
Yeah, those vertebral fractures. We see a lot of those vertebral fractures like that, especially in the people that come in there for like the bone density scans and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
They'll have those crushing vertebral body fractures.
I guess the thing is the MRI didn't show it. So when the doctor was in there, he saw the fractures. I mean, I don't know what they could do for fractures, but he told my wife that I had fractures. So
Yeah, it depends on what it's like when they get in there. Whether they have a thing where they can go in and inject. It's like a bone cement directly into the vertebral body. They can do that. Um, and then there's instances where they take the screws and mount them to a like a kind of a bracket, and then they have the other one where it's like the rods, and those are usually for like a longer range on the column that they'll install. They have Harrington rods they'll put in there, and I think they just attach those with screws too. So yeah, we see those all the time on X-ray and CT. I guess this curve around this tree line here was not broad enough. Thought it was going to be broad enough where he wouldn't have to stop and go. He'd just make a smooth curve around there and not stop, but I guess it wasn't wide enough. I left this little ditch here with this low crossing, but I might end up taking it out. It does leave a little bit of the character, but it's kind of in the way.
it's a kind of a deep ditch.
Yeah, I would have to do some. I don't think smoothing would do this one. This would probably have to have a little bit of leveling on it. There's no water in it, so it's not like it's a problem. There are some ditches, there's some creeks and stuff out there that I'm not gonna mess with. And they have water standing in them or flowing through them. I'm gonna leave them and the trees around them. I'm gonna have to offload into a truck soon, though. What's on sale? I haven't even checked the sales this morning. Nothing really that we need. That's good. We don't have hardly any money.
So, have you heard from Phil?
I haven't heard anything from Phil longer than I've heard from you. Gosh, it's been. I think it was June the last time I heard from Phil. The last I heard from Phil, he was having some computer problems. So I don't know if his computer bit the dust and he just hasn't been back or what's going on. But I haven't heard from Phil. I was going to shoot him a message.
Oh, I hope he's all right.
I think he is. I figure he's probably busy working. He was having to work Saturday and Sunday mornings. And sometimes
Yeah.
I'd see him for golf, but we stopped playing golf. We heard that they're coming out with a Golf with Friends 2 sometime this year. Haven't heard any more about that either, but I don't know. The boy might have got crazy and got married and had kids or something. I don't know. Morning, Blue.
Well, I'm not going to say that's a bad thing.
You're gonna say it is a bad thing or not?
It's not.
It's not. Okay.
It's not.
I
There's a
thought you
little
said it.
sarcasm.
That's what I thought you said. I'm gonna say that's a bad thing. I was like, wait a minute, what?
No, there's a little bit sarcastic in there, but it's not a bad thing.
No. Just takes up a little more of your time, I guess. It's a good thing though. It is a good thing. I know. Depends on who's got you Twitter pated, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, some good news I didn't tell you. Finally finished everything from the flood. It's all done.
Good.
Now I have to worry about it no more.
Good deal.
At least until the next flood.
I would say if I had to go through a first flood, I'd probably be investing in higher ground or
Well,
something.
that's what we talked about. If it floods again, we're gone.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind having a basement because, you could have a place to go especially down here in the deep south when the naders hit. It'd be nice to have a place to camp out somewhere underground,
Oh yeah.
And I'd probably move my whole setup down to, if I had a basement, I'd probably move my whole setup down to a basement.
And usually basements are cooler too, so
Yeah.
probably be a little bit better for your computer.
Oh yeah. Although this new computer, it doesn't do too bad. It's actually, it keeps everything cool and stuff like that. It's not as loud as the old one. And the drives in it, it doesn't have any like mechanical drives in it. Both of the drives in it are the M.2 drives, so they stay a lot cooler.
Yeah, my youngest moved down there. He loves it because it's actually a little bit cooler, so his computer runs a little bit better.
I heard that the cards are about to double in price, though.
That's not gonna be good.
No. I was kind of wondering when the 6000 series were going to be coming out. That'll probably be. I won't upgrade to those right away, but where is he going?
That's what I'm kind of wondering about this map. You said it was pretty hard on a computer. Just wondering if mine's gonna be able to handle it.
Yeah, I'll say this one. It's pretty graphics intensive.
Okay, I can't remember what map it was that we were trying to play on. that I just couldn't. It would get to like 90%, and then whatever. I mean, just the map itself, I couldn't get past 90.
What map was that?
I don't. I can't remember, man. It's been. It was a 4X. I know that. And I almost want to say it was one of DJ's maps.
Thinking back to his maps, Upper Mississippi River Valley,
No, I got on that one.
Green Valley, Nebraska.
Got on that one. I actually had to turn my graphics card down for that one. That's
Wasn't Judith Plains, was it?
no. Wasn't Judas Plains. I got right on that one. It was in 22.
The Upper Mississippi River Valley. There was the no, that one. The Red River was 19. I don't know.
I don't know. We played so many maps together. I can't remember which one's which anymore.
There's been a lot. It's probably in my playlists out there somewhere.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
Let me go look on there and see. No, it wasn't Judith, Jeff.
Oh no. I got right on that one. Which surprises me because I got on that. Remember we tested out that 16X map, the one that had the border problem.
Oh, was it Spring Creek or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. You ran right off the map, the edge of the map.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Let me look through. So it was in 22, right?
Yeah, it was in 22.
Let's see. We played Alma. We played Elm Creek. We played Erlengrot. We played Hot Baylor Run. We played Silver Run Forest.
I believe it was definitely a 4X map. Maybe it was. Remember the problem I was having with Green Valley, Nebraska,
Mm-hmm.
and we had to figure out what the problem was, and DJ put out fixes on his, I believe it was his Facebook, because a lot of people were having problems. I don't know if it was that one or not that we kind of like fixed. No, it wasn't that one either.
Wasn't Deadwood, was it? No, you were on
No,
Deadwood.
it was one that had those real big fields to it. I think even Phil was having problems getting on it.
Was it one of Taylor's maps?
Oh, it could have been.
Because we had the plains, the what was it called? Plains and Prairie or something like that. And then he had the Frankenmuth map.
I think that was the Plains and Prairie one. Might be
Where we did the 100 bale challenge, 100,000 bale challenge.
No. Oh, no, I was on that one. Yeah, I'm gonna think about this all day now until I figure out what it was.
Green Valley, Nebraska. I'm not finding my playlist for that.
Oh, it has to be on there.
I am not finding my playlist for that. Unless I didn't make one. I would have thought I would have made one for that.
Oh yeah, because we did the what was it? The north top of it. We did that whole from east to west,
Yeah.
and on down in the south part of it, we did the whole almost the whole section of that too. But that was me, you, and Phil.
I don't know. I'm going to go through and see where those are at. Alright, I gotta find my combine. I don't know where he went. Hoping he would just pick up back there where he finished the first round, but he may be doing straight lines now. He's harvesting somewhere.
Of it.
There he is. Yeah, he started doing straight lines. That's what it is. He ignored the go back and do a second headland. See the Deadwood playlist, but I don't see any of the others. Green Valley was in 22. Really thought I would have made a playlist for that. We played, I'm trying to think, what all did we play in 22? Played Deadwood. We played Green Valley, Nebraska, I know. We never played the Upper Mississippi River Valley. We had the Frankenmuth map. Maybe I didn't make playlists for those for some reason. Got a ton from 19. I've got County Line, Fellsbrun, Fenton Forest, Kiwi, Madison County, Michigan, Old Country Life, Old Timers Farm, Ravenport, the Wild West map. That's one of the 16x maps that we did.
And we played on that one. I was on that map with you.
And then Midwest Horizon. Played that one, and then I know in 22 we did the Yukon too. But I am not finding playlists for those.
Yeah, because I was on a Yukon too with you.
Actually, there's a 16x Yukon map now. Or well, maybe there's gonna be. They're working on one.
Well, I seen somebody on Twitch playing a Yukon 16 beta test map. And I know there's Yukon maps out there. There are 4X's.
Mm-hmm.
But some of them have problems with them. Like some of the industrials that you get with them,
Mm-hmm.
that you should have with them, are, at least when I played it, they didn't work. You could buy it, but it wouldn't show up in your industrial categories.
Huh. Well, I know back in before 22, back in 19, they had the global company. You had to have all of that. You had to have the main global company mod, and then it had different productions that went along with the global company that you could install and put in. Then you had your geos that kind of went along with that. Is Green Valley a great map? Yeah, Green Valley was a great map. For 22, it was definitely a great map. Fuzzy said, "Was it? They made me do it. Was it that map?"
Yep, that's what it was. Fuzzy, you're right. They made me do it.
So that was in 25.
Yeah, that was in 25. That's the map I couldn't get on.
Okay.
Thank you, Fuzzy.
Yeah, that was a 16x.
That was a 16X?
That was a very early on 16x map for 25.
Couldn't get on that to save my life.
NBC Master Dad was the author of that one. Morning, Tomcat. Yeah, I'm just wondering where all the 22. Well, I see there are some 22 playlists. Elm Creek, Erlengrot. Maybe I only made playlists for the base maps. Maybe that was the thing. Guess I need to go back through my videos and see if there's enough content there to make some playlists. Oh, it had way more than that, Fuzzy. It had, I think there was over 90,000 trees on, that's probably why old man couldn't load it.
Yeah, I think that's what we determined. It was a tree problem.
Yeah, it had like 90,000 trees on it. Over 90,000.
Yeah, I'm looking on your YouTube channel, and all I see is 25s. There's no 22s.
You don't see Farming Simulator 22?
I don't have no playlists for 22s.
I'm looking at them. I see Alma, I see Elm Creek, I see Erlengrot, Hot Baileron, Silver Run. I see the one that had all the trailers for both the game itself and then the Platinum Edition. All Farming Simulator 22. Got the trailers, got a playlist for the trailers for 19. And then I got all the playlists for 17. I've got Westbridge Hills. Who dat? I don't even know what that is. That's okay. Another farm, I guess.
Now I got them.
Thunder Valley, the West Coast, the Valley of the Old Farm, South Mountain Creamery. South Mountain Creamery was a good one.
Yeah, I like that one.
Sosnovka. The Old Stream. Mustang Valley. Lone Oak. Lone Oak was fun.
Are they? I heard they're coming out with a Lone Oak for 25. Is that rumor true or no?
To my knowledge, no. Because who was it? Was it Bullet Bill that did that one? He said
Yeah.
something about he was not going to do it anymore, like at all. Boy, there's a lot of 17 playlists. I got a
Yeah,
lot. I've
there
got
is.
Lawfolds, Haagenstad, Green River, Goldcrest Valley, Giants Island, Estancia La Pacho, American Outback. Made a lot of playlists for 17. I don't know what happened to 22 though. Maybe 22 I just stopped making playlists. Are these maps available on Xbox? Some of them for the ones I'm spitting out are from previous versions of Farming Simulator, so they may still be there and they might not be. I don't know about the content for a lot of this, because a lot of these were, you're thinking back to the days of Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 and 4, Xbox One. So yeah, I don't know about the content for a lot of these games and maps, because it just depends on if those servers are still. I don't know about the PlayStation and the Xbox servers. Oh, Jeff says that the owners of the farm were having people show up in real life, so they asked him not to make the map.
Oh. Was that a Lone Oak farm map, or was that the one in? Was that the European map one?
Well, I know he renamed the Calmsden farm
Yeah, I think it
for that
wasn't it
reason.
Thompson's. Yeah, because people were showing up there.
Yeah. It might have been kind of the same thing with Lone Oak then. I mean, it is a real farm. It's in Oregon. I played Goldcrest Valley 17, so that would have been a base map. Those were all 17 playlists that I was spitting out there. There is a Goldcrest Valley, I think, for 22, or there used to be. I don't know if it's on Xbox or not. Pretty much most of the stuff from mid 17 on, I played on PC, so.
There is a Goldcrest Valley one. For you, it's I think it just came out.
Yeah, for 25, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can play Goldcrest Valley on 25. Wonder if they have the gold nuggets. I have all those games. I have every game from Farming Simulator. I have 13, but I really started with Farming Simulator 15 and then moved on to 17, 19, 22, and now 25. But I did download 13 and went back and played 13 a little bit with John when he went back and played it. Griffin, Indiana was fun. That one came out, I want to say that one came out in 17, and then they brought it back in 22. But when they brought it back, it was broken. You couldn't really use the train to sell anything because it was broken, and I think one of the sell points was messed up. That was a beautiful map in 19.
Yeah, I like playing that map.
Now, I can say without a doubt that in 19, Farms of Madison County was my favorite map. The version 3 of it. That's the one where they finished the map.
Yeah. But if you want to watch some good content, go back earlier and watch Matt do the that what was the bottom southwest side of it?
Southeast corner?
Southeast corner of it. Oof.
Yeah. That took some work.
That took some time.
Yeah. That was definitely, I want to say that was maybe the first or second version of that map, and the whole bottom southeast corner of the map was not finished. So I went in there and did a little work.
A little?
Just a little. Turn it into a huge cotton field.
Kind of like the bridge going to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, had to build our own bridge getting in there. There wasn't really any way to get in there.
No, there wasn't. And that's right, you did. It was a cotton field, wasn't it? You made it into a cotton field.
I made it into a huge cotton field. Yep, very nice map, that one. Yeah, Kiwi was the first 4X map that we did. And I know we played some other maps. It might have been that some of those maps, of course I know Green Valley, you know, and maps like that we played a lot. I don't know why there's not any playlists there. Maybe I just decided not to do playlists at that time or something. I know 22 is where I had to abruptly stop for a while. There was a time there where I was kind of lazy on, you know, uploading videos to YouTube. So they may be out there. Maybe I could go back and find them and put them in a playlist. There's a lot from, I know there's a lot from 19 from DJ. The smaller maps, like Deer Country? That was a fun map. Somewhere in Canada. That was a fun map. He did several others. I'm trying to remember the names of all the rest of them. We had the Red River. We would have spent more time on, was it Red River or Red Valley? Maybe it was Red Valley. It's not Red something. We would have spent more time on that had it not released 30 days before 22 came out.
Okay, so Matt, I looked up the Grain Arcade, Green Valley, Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 videos, one from April 30th and one from May 30th of 2022.
Yeah.
So, and both of them are, you know, our usual runtime 5 hours.
So it did come out
So
on
they're out.
22. I don't know. I don't know why those.
That's the only two videos that come up.
I would have to. A lot of times you can search for videos and it won't show everything. You basically just have to go to like videos, and then you can filter it oldest video to newest video, and then you just have to go through them.
Yeah.
It's a longer process if you're doing it on a like a phone or an iPad or something. It's best to do it on a desktop PC where you can scroll through it and it'll just load them up in order, and you can just scroll down and it'll show them all. It'll show everything. For some reason, I don't know what the algorithm is, but if you try to do it on a tablet or a phone, and you try to go through starting with the oldest or starting with the newest, it doesn't matter. Once you reach a point, it will cut off, and it won't show you anymore past a certain point.
I wonder why that is. I mean, those videos are 3 years old.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's a time limiter on there or something. Morning, Adam. How's it going? I think it's doing that thing again where, yeah, it's not showing my grain in there. There's a glitch in 25 right now, and you would have thought they would have fixed it by now. But when you get, it can be a grain cart, auger wagon, it can be a tipper, trailer, anything like that. It doesn't show the grain in there. It's in there because you can see down there I've got, what, almost 60,000 liters in this grain cart. But it doesn't show the physical grain being in there. It shows when you just look in there, I'm empty. But I'm not. Now if I were to empty this and reset it and come back and fill it up, it'll show it. But don't want to reset it with grain in it because you will lose your grain. I'm going slow. I'm gonna go empty this in one of these trucks. See, the grain shows up there. I gotta watch Groundhog's Day sometime this weekend. Groundhog's Day is Monday.
Oh, he's gonna see his shadow.
You think he's? I'd tell you, I hope not.
Seems like he always sees his shadow.
I remember some years where he didn't. Kind of interesting where they filmed that movie. It's not actually in Puxatawny where they filmed it. It's actually out in the Midwest somewhere.
Yeah. Have you ever been? You've never been to that town, have you?
No.
Oh my God. They got groundhog statues everywhere.
Huh.
In front of the McDonald's, the post office, the fire department, the police department. I'm not kidding. I mean, I'm probably 2 hours away from it.
Mm-hmm.
And that place has got more statues of groundhogs than you could shake a stick at.
I'd almost rather go to where they filmed the movie at. It looked like a nice town. You know, the restaurant is still there, the gazebo is still there where they filmed it.
And that's kind of rare anymore. A lot of places, a lot of, the older films, the late 80s, early 90s films,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of those places aren't there.
Yeah.
Like they are.
Woodstock, Illinois is where Groundhog Day was filmed. They had a lot of like older buildings there already, so a lot of those buildings, are still there because they have historic value. I always like the little town square type thing where you have like all the stuff kind of just in like a main square. So you have like the little park out in the middle and kind of like Back to the Future where they had the clock tower and then you had all the stores and stuff kind of in the square there around it.
Yeah.
Woodstock, Illinois. Where's that at? I want to look that up. Where was Woodstock at?
The Woodstock, like the music festival type deal?
Yeah, was that in Pennsylvania?
No, that's in New York. Woodstock, I think
Woodstock,
it's New York.
New York. Wow, that's way up there northwest of Chicago. Southwest of Kenosha. Huh. You know the Kenosha Kickers?
No,
No, never heard of them.
never heard of them.
The Polka Kings of the Midwest.
Never heard of them.
That's a Home Alone joke.
Oh God, I haven't seen that movie in years.
Yeah, the mom, she just passed away yesterday.
Yeah, heard about that.
Well, the guy she gets a ride from the airport in the big like moving van. That's the name of their band. They're the Kenosha Kickers. They're the Polka Kings of the Midwest. Oh, you and Jeff might be close. Oh man,
What's that?
said you and Jeff might be close.
What? Uh,
He, he said he's 2 hours west of Puxatawny.
oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah, it's not that far away.
Oh, he's gonna keep going north. Yeah, we can just store the beans. We can move them later if the trucks get full. I can still go grab that green and black truck if we need them too. Um, but yeah, we can just throw them in any bin we got. We got that bin up north there, and then we've got let's see, the closest bin. Actually, that northeast farm would probably be the closer bin. Be probably closer. I don't know. They might be about the same distance, depending on which way you go. I'd say if you took this north road, took it east, and then you made a right and took that highway down south, you could hit Grandpa's farm down there and put them down there, or you could take them over to that northeast farm. If there's a dryer at it, go ahead and throw them in the dryer, because we'll definitely want to dry those. And we got a lot more soybeans than just this field too. So we've got this huge field of soybeans. Got that one there. We've got a little field right there of soybeans. We got two pretty good sized fields up here. This one I've got to work on this winter. Try to get that more efficient. There's another little field. Yeah, there's that field right there. That one's actually, I let that one follow, but this one has got some soybeans in it. I think that's it. And we got corn there. Got our cotton down there. You know what? Actually, I need to get that cotton guy going. Let me hop down there to him real quick. Tab, 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 tab. Go ahead and get him started. Well, he's low on fuel. I'm trying to think who's our closest fuel guy that can fuel him up real quick. Not that one. Where's the one at the blue farm? You run him down there and fuel him up. This almost looks ridiculous, but it works.
Looks kind of like your front wheels should be lifted off the ground.
Yeah, you would think that. But they don't. If I hit a bump, they might. And this thing gets to, it goes up to, what, 60 miles an hour? That if I find any ramps, I need to take this thing and jump some ramps with it. I'll just go to the field. It's an all-terrain vehicle. Got an antenna on it that whips back and forth too. Can cut that clover. Wonder if our grass is ready over there. It may not be ready till November. Let's see where I can find the trigger here. Oh, right there. And that's it. That's all it takes. Make sure this is repaired. Okay. There's a lot more deer on this map, I will say that. There's deer everywhere. One plus about these cotton pickers is you can just hire them out and let them go until they finish. Unless they get stuck on something, then you have to kind of babysit them a little bit. They've got to come back and fix this field up. Get rid of some of these trees here. And he's off. Yep, the combine got full. Let me go find him. Right down here. No, that's too soon. She actually had a heart condition, and I'm trying to remember what the name of it was. Doxy something or other. Apparently it affects 1 in every 10,000 people. But yeah, she had some kind of heart condition. I remember when the dad died. He died not long after being in the Sopranos. He was in the Sopranos, and he was in remember the movie Big with Tom Hanks?
That was a good movie.
Yeah, he was in that movie too. Remember when I saw that movie, I'm like, hey, that's Kevin's dad. Great movie. Yep, good music in it too. Good 80s music. Dextrocardia, that's it. Other trucks over here too. No point in them just sitting over there at the farmer's market. Bottom left, yeah, that's Simple Inspector. That is a in-game mod hub, PC only mod. Very handy. Yep. Trucker Jim, 1963. saw a graphic that there's a page on Facebook. I think it's called Evolution something, but it showed the evolution of like restaurants, and stuff, and showed the evolution of like the trucks, like the commercial trucks, and that was pretty neat, pretty interesting to look at.
Yeah. That's how I learned. I learned on a double stick Mack truck. That's part of what I learned how to drive on. And if anybody knows, you got a shifter in the Mack, and then you have another shifter from high and low. So you have to shift both of them at the same time. You go from low to high. So you actually had to take both hands off the wheel to shift from low to high, and shift into the next gear. That was a fun truck to learn how to drive on.
Bet they don't have that anymore.
Oh no.
You have to take your hand off the wheel.
No. Most of the trucks now are... Well, I wouldn't say most of the trucks. A lot of trucks are automatics.
Mm-hmm.
But they're no good in like snow and ice and stuff like that.
Well, now you even have autonomous trucks that are starting to take over.
Yeah, I saw that.
Good old Elon Musk bringing out the autonomous trucks. He's bringing out those robots too. Did you see where he closed 2 of his Tesla factories to start building those robots?
I didn't see that.
He closed the Model S and the Model X Tesla factories, and he's redoing them to mass produce these, what are they called? What are Elon Musk's robots called? Somebody out there probably knows. They have a name. Gosh, I can't remember the name of them. He's mass producing these robots, and he says everybody's gonna want one. It's gonna be like the smartphone. Everybody wanted a smartphone,
So they're robots, right? Is what you're saying?
Yep. They're robots that do stuff for you. Like they're... You know how I've always said I wanted Rosie the robot from the Jetsons?
Oh, yeah.
Because she would clean the house, she would, cook dinner, she would, take care of things. That's basically what they're meant to do.
Oh, I need a couple of those.
Yeah. I just want one. There's another company that's coming out with one called Neo, and it's about like Elon's. It looks a little more homey than Elon's, I'll say that. Because Elon's, man, his look scary. Really. I mean, they look like you ever see the mannequins back in the mall days when they were like glossy jet black?
Yeah.
They look like the ghost of Christmas future. You know, standing there all bald and stuff. That's kind of what Elon's look like. They could look a little more homey. I'll say that much. But if it can clean my house and cook and walk the dog, I'll say the other one, the Neo one of its programs is to walk the dog and pick up the poop. Like it has a program to where it takes like the doggy bags and it will walk the dog, and then when the dog makes, it'll literally go out there and pick up the poop and put it in the bag, and it has a whole procedure for this. And then it takes it and puts it in wherever it needs to go, I guess.
So in other words, we're all become fat and lazy, right?
Pretty much, yeah. That's probably what's going to happen. But the Neo, it's only $20,000.
Oh, so that's it?
Yeah, that's it. I was like, dude, that's like the price of like a small subcompact car or something. So, I mean, you think about what all it does. It will do your laundry. It will do your dishes. It will cook. It will vacuum. It will clean. It will go get the mail. I mean, I've always wanted a butler or a maid, you know, and that's pretty much what it is. Optimus. The Tomcat says it's Optimus is the name. Is that the name of Elon's? Well, it's got to be the name of Elon's because the other one's named Neo. A lot of people that I've talked to about them, they're like, no, I will never want one of those. Never, ever. Because, you know, they've seen the movies, you know, like iRobot and Terminator, you know, and stuff like that. But those are just movies, you know. That's an insult to Transformer history. My name is Optimus Prime. I'm gonna name mine Jeff, and then he can just say, my name's Jeff. Alright, got 2 more trucks up here now. Now let me find my combine. Yeah, and really, I think Elon's right. I mean, it's going to be one of those things. It's going to be like the smartphone. You know, I remember the days when I started at work. Nobody had a smartphone. I all I had was a flip phone, and I actually got I had one of the Motorola. It was a Razor phone, but I think it was called the K Razor or the Crazer, and I got it. I set it up to where it had a music MP3 player in it, but I programmed it and set it up to where I could watch movies and TV shows on it. And I had to convert them to a format. I think the format was called 3GGP to get them to work. So I converted, you know, just a handful of movies or shows that I could watch on this little tiny half an inch screen on the cell phone. And they were awful quality, just terrible. And then it wasn't long after that Apple came out with the iPhone, and then you had the Motorola Droids come out, and you had the Motorola Droid X came out, and I guess the rest is history after that, because, you know, you can watch TV shows and movies, and you can actually stream the stuff now on your cell phone, watch YouTube videos, you know, all kinds of stuff, so. I like having the YouTube TV because I can watch the YouTube TV on my box at home, or I can watch it on my cell phone at work. So, at lunchtime, I'll turn it on, like, you know, the Weather Channel or Fox News or Fox Weather or something like that, and I'll just watch a little TV while I eat my lunch. I remember growing up as a kid seeing, we used to have these little fair things where they had the prizes were like different things, you know, from varying degrees. And one of them was always a portable TV, so it was like a handheld TV, and it had an antenna that telescoped out, you know, and all that stuff. And I always wanted one of those, and I never got one. I'm like, man, someday we're gonna have something like that where we can just carry it around in our pocket, you know. And lo and behold, here we are. Imagine what we'll have tomorrow. What's next after that? Holograms? Probably the augmented reality, virtual reality. I draw the line at brain implants. I'm not getting any kind of microchip or anything like that, ever. But I'll get a robot that can cook and clean for me. Mm-hmm.
There's so many different things you could do with a robot.
Uh,
I mean, just imagine if they can cook and clean, they could build. They could, you know,
yeah.
how many different things could they actually do?
Hmm.
Look at this. Okay, so when they did my surgery, that was a robotic arm
Mm-hmm.
that actually drilled in the screws
Yep.
into my back. The doctor didn't do that. I mean, they used to do that. Now it's a robotic arm.
Yep.
So if they could do that kind of surgery now, 10, 15 years from now, who's to say that that robot couldn't do that whole fusion? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, or a open heart. I mean, I wouldn't want that, but I'm just saying that the cooking and cleaning is the start of it. And you add another 15, 20 years, what can they do?
Yeah. I don't know. It's scary to think about, but then it's like I wonder what could they do, you know? Do my taxes. Something, you know, think of the jobs. Think we could get them to do jury duty for us?
Oh, that would be, well,
That would be awesome.
think about that. They just came out with that movie that, I forget the name of it, but it's, you get in front of that judge and you got to prove that you're wrong. Or, I mean,
Oh yeah.
there you go.
With the Chris Pratt guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget the name of it, but there you go.
Oh gosh, what was the name of that? I can't remember either.
It could almost become like, remember the movie Judge Dredd?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to become the officer, judge, jury, and executioner have had to be.
Kind of scary to think about.
Isn't it?
Although that might deter more people to stop doing bad.
True.
There's not much that really deters people from doing bad because a lot of people get a free pass. I need to empty. I need to find a truck. There's a truck. Mercury is the name of the movie.
Okay.
Jeff
There you
says
go.
Mercury.
I mean, you look at that movie, though. How far are we away from that?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something to think about.
I mean, I hate to say it, but I hope I'm not, I'm not around when I see that. I don't want to see that.
I don't know. When we looked at the future back in our day, we always thought, it was going to be like Back to the Future. We would have hoverboards and flying cars, and stuff like that. I have yet to see where I can make a pizza in 3 seconds or have the fruit thing come down out of the ceiling. We don't have that.
But that's Star Trek and,
Back to the Future and, Dude, I always wanted the replicator from Star Trek.
Oh, that'd be nice.
You could have it replicate literally anything just in a second. I always thought about that, with Star Trek. You think about all the shuttles and stuff that they lost in crashes and stuff like that. And in some of the episodes, I'm trying to remember, was it back on Star Trek Voyager or something like that, where they actually explain that they use replicators in the cargo bay to replicate the parts for new shuttles. So they would literally build a new shuttle with the replicators.
Yeah.
They didn't have to go to, Starbase, whatever, to get parts or, just go without a shuttle for a while or something. Mercy, not Mercury. Oh, Mercy. I said Mercury, didn't I? Yeah, Mercy. That makes more sense. Although Mercury would be a good title. That means, Mercury has to deal with temperature, turning up the heat. Fever.
I wish somebody would.
Yeah, turn up the heat.
On the mornings like this, I kind of wonder where that whole global warming thing is coming from. But,
Yeah.
just my opinion.
It ain't around here, I'll say that much.
Definitely ain't around here.
Said not long ago that, I always was more fond of, fall. Fall's still probably my favorite. Fall comes out and, you have all the holidays starting and it cools down from the sweltering heat of summer and, you have the trees changing colors and you have the bugs dying off, and stuff like that. I think fall will still always be my favorite, but I always preferred winter over summer. Not anymore. Especially being on the blood thinners and stuff.
Yep.
I would rather have
age
summer.
thing. That's the age thing coming out too.
Yeah.
Now, my favorite time of the year is like February because Daytona starts.
Oh yeah, you and Sean probably in the same boat.
Uh-huh. The Clash is this weekend, and I know Sean just as well as I am. We're going to be probably watching that Sunday.
I bet he's ready.
Yeah, it's the 8th. But they had a thing on the news about that. It was like, because it's supposed to be at, I believe, Bowman Gray. And it's got some snow on it. So they were debating on taking it back to Daytona.
Oh.
That's right, Sean. It needs to stop. Question is, are they going to be racing at Bowman Gray or are they going to Daytona?
Well, Florida just got some really bad winter weather. They just hit like record lows in some places. They were down in the teens and 20s in some places, I think, down there. Maybe not teens, maybe at least the 20s.
thought somebody said last night on John's stream that they were supposed to get snow in Daytona, or I mean not Daytona, but Tampa or something like that. Or
I
did I
think
hear that wrong? I
I,
think I heard that wrong.
I think Orlando.
It could be.
I know it got down to like 22 degrees in Orlando, which it's Orlando, so you don't think about that being that cold.
And of course, this year is going to be a little bit different because it's 25 years after Earnhardt Sr. died.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
I was watching that race.
I watched that race too, but and tell you the honest God truth, the first before the announcement, I was like, he's fine. I mean, I've seen worse wrecks that he walked out, and actually, there was one wreck that you would have thought that car wouldn't even start. He got back in and started right up and left.
Yeah. Well, he at the end of the race in that lap, you could tell that he was. Because who was it? Was it Michael or Dale that won?
Michael Waltrip won, and Dale Jr. came in second, and then, well, of course, Senior was running third before the accident on turn 4.
Yeah. So what he did was he saw whoever that was that he hit coming up on him, and the one that won was his teammate. So he turned his car into him, and then they hit the wall. So
Yeah. I believe that was Schrader, Kenny Schrader, that was involved.
yeah.
And Sean, and if Sean's here, of course Sean's here, you could correct us if we're wrong, but I believe it was Schrader.
Oh. Oh yeah, that kind of makes sense, Sean.
Yeah, it does make sense. I was just reading that too. But I kind of thought they said that, yeah, it was Schrader. That that NASCAR was thinking about moving it back to Daytona because of the snow.
Yeah, he was blocking, so that whoever that was wouldn't get ahead and try to take the win. I think. Because Waltrip was his teammate.
Well, there's the car again.
He
That
was
was-
blocking Sterling Martin.
This is a bad day for everybody.
Yeah, I was watching that one live, and I know that his brother was up in the announce booth, Michael's brother, and he was proud of him, and they were cheering, and I remember him saying, "I hope Dale's okay. I hope he's okay," and we sat there and watched while they continued coverage of it, and we never saw him get out of the car, and then the program ended, and we were still sitting there watching TV, and they came across there with the news bulletin that he had died. And he was without a doubt my favorite racer.
Yeah, I want to see that, Sean. I want to see that.
Yeah.
But just that, seeing the Daytona come back, it's like winter's like done. I mean, to me, I'm a little different, but that's how I feel. It's like, okay, winter's over, Daytona's here. It's gonna start getting warmer.
Yeah. I've never been more ready for winter to be over. It'd be nice if we could have, like, I'd love to be able to control the weather. It'd be nice to have winter from December 1st through December 25th, 26th, and then have it all go away. No more snow, no more ice, no more nothing, none of that. Alright, I have got to take my first break. This around here. Alright, so we'll be back. And we'll be back with old man here, and we'll continue this harvest. So YouTube, you guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Always remember, you reap what you sow. Matt from the Green Arcade. We'll see you later.